Fresh off of finding a V-nickel in my last nickel box, thought I'd hunt another. Hey everybody, it's Rob with Rob Finds Treasure. That's right, we finally got another V-nickel, my third ever from all the nickel boxes I've hunted, and now I'm juiced. I picked up a nickel box for me to hunt today, and I'm picking up a couple of more tomorrow, which I'll either use for my Monday 4-channel nickel battle, or maybe I'll just hunt them again. Who knows? Either way, we've got 50 rolls here. I've already popped the top of this box, checked to make sure they weren't 2020 or 2019s. Did notice we had a pretty crazy pink one on the end. I don't know the date yet. I want to kind of keep it as a surprise. It is only the second roll, so we'll find out what it is pretty quickly. Other than that, I've got a good mix of older Jeffersons, newer Jeffersons, you name it. We haven't seen the enders on the other side, and of course, we don't know what's on the inside just yet. That being said, you guys know the drill. We're going to crack into roll one and see what kind of goodies we can unveil. Now, obviously, I've been looking for Buffalo nickels. I've been looking for Key-Date, semi-Key-Date Jefferson nickels. We'd love to score some more Silver War nickels, which I have had my share of lately, and that makes me excited. Obviously, I'll be checking for any of the over mint marks, over dates, double dies, you name it, for both Jeffersons and Buffaloes. So I'll be using my trusty nickel mat to help me along the way, as well as my Pluggables Microscope, which helps me get up close and personal to any of the nickels on the screen. Of course, if you want anything like my nickel mats or my pluggable microscope or anything else I use during my hunts, I always list those items down below in the video description, so feel free to check them out. Also want to remind everyone before I get the hunt started that about 2/3 of my video views are not viewed by subscribers. Now, I understand that, and that's fine, but if you aren't a subscriber and you're enjoying the content, please consider clicking the subscribe button and hitting the bell so that you can get notified when I post the next coin roll hunt or live stream. As a final reminder, I do post videos almost every day. All right, we've talked way too much. Let's start hunting now. We're on roll 10, and I have found not one old Jefferson nickel. I did keep this cool toner, 1969. And we did find a beat up 2009. That's it. But I bring you in because roll 10 is going to give us a goodie. I was hunting them and I flattened them out. And look what I see here. I see a war nickel. You can tell it's a war nickel because it's got a big letter P right above the Monticello building on the reverse. P meaning minted in Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. Matter of fact, that's the goodie we got right there on the mat. So we know it's a Silver War nickel, 35% silver. What year is it? Probably a 43, that's the most common. And it is. And the good news about a 43 is we get to check it for the 43 over 42 or the double die. Let's take a look at it under the scope. So there's a lot of corrosion there, but the 43 over 42 is actually a number 2 that goes like this. And you can predominantly see the 2 behind the 3 here. Now that one's pretty dirty. I'll probably have to wipe it down and take a better look. But in the meantime, we'll check for the double die as well. And the double die is also an easy one to tell because this part of the eye right here is actually doubled out here. And again, we've got some discoloration, which is making it look a little suspicious. Let me wipe it down, double check it, and I'll bring you back in once we can get a better look at it. So for fun, I figured I would try this MS-70. Why not clean it off with a Q-tip like it says? And look at how much stuff we removed from it already, just from dabbing the top of the coin, rolling it back and forth, and it is coming off there like no problem whatsoever. Now again, I never recommend cleaning coins, but this is a pretty worn 1943 Philadelphia war nickel that we're going to be inspecting for any possible doubling, so I don't mind doing that. Just thought I'd show that to you. Obviously, if you're interested in that, I have a link down below. Just be careful how to use it and use it only as directed. Now that we've covered that, let's see if we can uncover anything on this war nickel. All right, we've got the war nickel under the scope, And with close inspection, I am not seeing a 43 over 42. And around the eye area, it was just some scratches. I'm not seeing a double die. Either way, not a bad start. Cleaned up pretty nice. 1943 Philadelphia minted war nickel, 35% silver, to get us started as the first find. Roll number 16, and the box is starting to heat up. We've got a couple of 59s, a 57, a 54D, and now we're going to have a 1941 Philadelphia. It's not a war nickel, it's not made out of silver, but it's still an early Jefferson. I was just getting ready to open up completely roll number 19, and I noticed two things. One, we've got an odd edge, like it's an older nickel there maybe. Canadian nickel, I should say. And a dark toned one here. We'll take a look at the dark toned one first. Looks like an 80 something. I don't think it is. No, it's not a war nickel. We'll put that aside and let's pull out this. All right, well, it's not Canadian. Oh, look at this. It's a 1990 20 pence. That is a cool coin. Very nice. We've got a foreign in the box early on. Roll 19. We're on roll number 26. We're still getting a few coins here and there, but man, tell me this isn't a beautiful sight. I think we got damage, no mint mark, but that is a beautiful sight nonetheless. Yeah, let's just double check to see what that is on the reverse. Just damage. So we've got a Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel to take a peek at. We're zoomed in close. I just want to take a quick peek at the back. Decent detail. We don't have a horn, or we got part of a horn, so it's not going to be a very high grade. Will there be a date? There will be a date. I think that's possibly 35. That's a 1915. That's a 1915. We've got a legible date. 1915 Philadelphia Buffalo nickel in the box. Now, had it been a 15S with a date, I'd be super excited. But it's just a 1915 Philadelphia. Either way, we've got a legible date. Beautiful Buffalo nickel. We've got 2/3 of the trifecta, a silver and a buffalo, just over halfway through the box. Roll number 34. Finally gonna have another 40s nickel, and it's a 1949 out of Philadelphia. Roll 37 is gonna get us another foreign, if I can get it out there. It's a 1987 Canadian. Roll 38, just laid it out. Figured I'd film it just in case, but we have an odd colored one right here. It's not a war nickel, but it looks old. It's not even old. It's a 1991. It has seen much better days. All right, well, let's get back to the hunt. Well, we have finished the one nickel box hunt, and you know what? For number of finds, it was one of my lighter boxes. I like to see about 20 to 25 finds per box, and I think when you add it all together, we were just short of 20. So a little bit light on the finds, but good finds nonetheless. We got 3 1959s, all Denver. Couple of 57s, both Denver. We got a 56 Denver, a 54 Denver, a 51 Philadelphia. The Denver is a little bit better date, but we didn't get that one. A 49 Philadelphia. It would have been nice if it had been a Denver. We could have checked for the D over S. And a 1941 Philadelphia. That's it for the early Jeffersons, other than what I'm going to show you next. Had that oddity, pretty cool tone 1969 Denver. And then as far as the other finds, we had 2 foreigns, a 20 pence, and a Canadian nickel. We had 2 2009s, both pretty trashy, but lower mintage. We got the 1 silver out of the box, a 1943 Philadelphia minted wartime nickel. It does not have the double I or the 3/2. And then the find of the box, the 1915 Philadelphia minted buffalo nickel. About $8 in that condition. So about a $10 profit out of the box. I know a lot of you ask about profit. About a $10 profit out of the box. Not a lot, but for an hour's worth of work, maybe a little bit more than an hour. Either way, a lot of fun. We get to add another silver to the bucket, buffalo to the collection, and a few other goodies. Hopefully you enjoyed this one box hunt this time. And if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting. And thanks for watching. The year-to-date silver bucket is getting even more full. And I can switch out my Nic-A-Dated 1915 P Buffalo nickel for a non-Nic-A-Dated version.